Hello, Scott Delano. I would like to purchase a property that you have listed on Pass Road in Biloxi, Mississippi. A friend of mine, Alf, sent this one over and said, Luke, take a look at this one. I was looking at good statistics on these specific brands that we're following because those specific brands generally go next to this brand that we're looking for new locations for. This brand that we're looking for new locations for doesn't exactly fit this property, but other brands that we've done deals with fit this property quite well. We stumbled across this property that you have for sale because of some of the statistics and some of the shops in the area. And because we worked with numerous different brands, we start to see the traces of what belongs on property like this. That's why we're interested in this property. My name's Luke Smith. I love doing real estate deals. I love data. I started doing real estate deals, vacant land deals in the deserts, just in the middle of nowhere kinds of properties. Properties that nobody wanted, and they would sell for ridiculous amounts of money. It's not even worth taking them to title kinds of money. I started buying those properties and selling them on the internet. I did that, and I figured out that I could buy more of them by making cash offers on those properties and then go marketing them to people that wanted to use them. I did that in a large basis and a extrapolating basis, more properties and more properties. Eventually, I started going into properties that were next to houses, properties that were next to fancier houses, properties that were next to town, properties that were in neighborhoods, properties that had utilities, properties that had access, properties that had a lot more attributes going on than properties right out in the middle of the desert. Along that journey, I learned a lot about vacant land. And somewhere along the way, I started getting into high traffic retail properties like this property you have here, properties you could put a business on. When I first started getting into those properties, I found out that it was very hard to sell those properties for what I thought they were worth. I looked at all kinds of data of what those properties would trade for when there's a brand involved, a brand that could build their shop there, a brand that could rent from somebody else building a shop there. And those numbers were a lot more than the numbers of just selling the land the way it is. I started doing data and asking questions and talking to people that were making those deals happen. I said, how did you do this? And I started learning. I started learning about different brands and different shops and different businesses that can go on these properties. I started reaching out to them. I started saying, what's the next property? Where's the next deal? And I started lining up those deals. I started selling a lot more of that vacant land that I had got my hands on. And now I look at vacant properties like this one you have here that's up for sale, and I know which brands should go on this property. So as a part of asking to buy this property from your client, I would like some time to go talk to those tenants, to talk to those people that could use this property and offer this property to them. Offer this property to them with finance. Offer them the money to build their shop here and rent it to them over time and make it really easy for them to come put their business here. For them, it's about expanding their brand, getting a new location. It's not about buying another piece of real estate. When they say, yes, I would like to buy this piece of real estate from you as fast as I can and go turn around and work it out with them. That's why I'm asking for some time in this offer that I'm sending over to buy this property that you have listed on the market. If you're interested in that, please let me know. Feel free to ask questions. I'm an open book. I can talk about properties all over the place that I've been into in the past. And feel free to look me up on social media or county records on lots of other properties. If you're watching this video and you're interested in this kind of data, this kind of information, maybe from a different angle or from the same angle, and you want to learn more, feel free to hit the link in the description below. And this link will take you back to my little community on the internet where we talk and we share and we work on different properties. We figure them out. I think that collaborative approach of learning about how to make these kinds of properties happen helps a lot of people, and it helps me. It helps me learn because a lot of people come in with amazing questions that I never thought of, and they come in with contacts that I never had, and it expands the network, and it expands the reach, and it expands the possibilities of what we can do with these properties. I end up with more tools in my toolbox to tackle these jobs, as well as the people that come to this community. Hopefully, I can give them some of the tools that I've learned to use, and we can all work better together. Maybe later on someday, we can do more deals together as well. If you're interested in owning these kinds of properties to collect rent on later on in the future, I've got some properties in the pipeline that are in different phases of development that I would like to hand off to the right individual or group that likes to take these on and wait for the checks to come through over time. I've got funding ready to go for this property. I've got cash sitting waiting. Proof of funds is along with the offer, but I can't keep doing that forever. So if you're interested in these kinds of deals after the tenant's already put together with them, let me know. I can tell you what is open and available in my lineup and see if some of them fit your criteria. I think maybe we can do some deals on that front too. Either way, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Luke Smith, BlueVacantLand.com. See you in the next one. Bye.